Hi, Uday. Hi, Lakshmi. Hey.
Yeah, hi, sir.
All right. Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi, Raghavan, sir.
Hi, Manikanta. Hi, Uday. Hey, Lakshmi, Dashika, Yatish, Vishal, Chakravarti. Okay. How are you guys?
Yeah. Good, Raghavan. Hi, Raghavan. Yeah. How are you?
Okay, great. I'm good. I'm better. Thanks. Still not completely all right. Hey,
Hi,
Bhaskar.
Raghavan.
Good evening, Bhaskar. How are you?
Yeah, fine.
What is this on your? Is it a TV? Is it?
Yeah, it's a TV.
What is it? Clip? Is it a pen or what? What is it?
No, it's not a clip. It's hand gripper.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good. Nice. All right. So yeah, let's wait for Satish to join. So I would still want him to run the call. I'm still, not very comfortable. Okay, so I think I've heard the lessons as well yesterday. It was released in the video as well, right? YouTube as well. You hope. I'm not sure whoever had missed it, please do watch it on the YouTube channel. We spoke about functional programming, isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, as well as reflection API also.
Got it. So probably in case I can show a quick demo if you want, and then meanwhile, while Satish could join.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Right. So let's get started.
NPS level.
Sorry.
Sorry, not here.
Okay. Hey Dashika, hi Lakshmi. Hope you can hear me out. Hey Uday.
Yes, sir. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
All right. How are you, Uday? You're well? All right.
Yes, sir. I'm good.
Okay, great. Good to hear that. Thank you.
You're able to hear me, right? Sir?
Yes, I can. I don't know, this day 3 we are done. Maybe I'll just give a short demo on functional programming. I think we have that in the agenda already, but it's probably not here. We did have, I mentioned that for, okay, classes object, I'm not sure. All of you are clear or anybody would really want that? How many of you, where is this, who is it? That HR girl, I'm sorry, I'm not getting her. Lasya, is she not joining? She did join for a couple of days. Last year, I don't see her around. So all these topics, probably you guys can let me know if any of them, because if I go through one by one, it might certainly take a bit long time.
Yeah.
But it's really wanted. Maybe on a weekend we need to target, if at all, right? And I also I'm not completely all right to spend more time. When on the other day I managed it, but still not totally. I'm saving my energy as best as possible. So this is what the topics that I thought I can cover, right?
Yes, Raghavan.
File handling,
Start
collection.
from collections, I think. Yeah.
Okay, maybe let me first start a collection and then quickly I'll finish until Satish joins, right? And this is what it is, Java 8 features. I thought I could definitely cover. Okay, let's go here. I hope all of you can see my screen, right?
Yes, Raghavan. It's visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, great. Thanks. So let's go. As always. Any idea about a collection? Whatever that comes to your mind. We need to talk about arrays as well. How many of you know about arrays?
Yeah, I have idea about arrays. Yeah, Raghavan.
Okay.
Yeah, for me also. Yes, that's all.
For me also.
Okay. Let's go here then. Just make a quick demo. For others, guys, again, as we keep saying, I know the hi Satish, good evening. Thanks for
Hi.
joining. Hey. I just thought
Raghavan, are you feeling okay? Shall I take the class today? Or you are
that is better. No worries. I thought I'll just quickly show some demo by the time you join on.
if you want to carry on, you carry on. I just have one small good news. Chakravarti in this group, his job was at risk, but now his job is confirmed. Congratulations, Chakravarti. All of you people give a thumbs up to Chakravarti.
Yeah, that's about to
Yeah,
say.
Congratulations, Chakravarti.
Congrats.
Congrats, Chakravarti.
Thank you all guys.
Congratulations.
We are very happy to see the news, heard the news. Yeah, he updated me as well, Satish. I thought I'll make an announcement. Yeah, good. So definitely, Chakravarti, that's a good news. When you are starting with that, you got a confirmation from the same company. You got getting into a new project, but that certainly we congratulate you once again. So good luck for the further journey, right?
Yeah, thank you, Raghavan. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just quickly, who is that? Yeah, okay, congrats. All right. Other people are simply, okay, maybe they are silent observers. But when it comes to the demo or session, etc., you guys need to be really opening it up and interactive. Otherwise, it's very difficult to assume, right? There are people from different backgrounds. So I really don't think the efficiency of the training can be met, right? Because few of you are talking, I understand, Chakravarti, Uday, Lakshmi, and Bhaskar, I could see. Sometimes I realize Dashika also responds. But rest of others, I really do not see that active participation. So I would request all of you, please do make yourself, participating equally. Whether it is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. That's the reason we're here to learn, right? Okay. So let's take a look at arrays, right? What exactly is an array when we talk about it, right? So far we have seen a data variable and a data. One particular data, if you want to represent, let's say string name. This is not new to us, yes or no? We even get the name as well, correct? From probably we introduce a scanner class, instantiate it, and then get the output. Yes or no? We get the input from user and print it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is a single value we manage through the variables. What if I want to deal with more than one value at a time? Let's say, for example, student marks. Yes, let's assume. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghavan. Yes.
We did have mark 1, mark 2, and mark 3. We did a program. We had it 3 marks. But anytime you want to compute, you will do mathematical operation, that's fine. But what happens is, as long as the main important thing is, as long as there are two challenges, right? You handle the individual values one at a time. The challenges, right? Handling the values one at a time. What are those? One, you need to explicitly type them, yes or no?
Yes, Raghavan.
Whenever we need. Next, this is one. One, you would need to type it, and it is very difficult, right? If you want to, they are good as long as they remain in the same function or method. I hope we talk about function method. If not as well, main is a method, right? What do I mean by this? If we need to pass the values to a different method, the number of arguments, the argument list will go lengthy. You agree with me?
Yes, Raghavan.
Let's assume I write a function here, public static, say int for now, compute total, int mark 1, int mark 2, int mark 3. Yes. Ultimately, this function is gonna return mark 1 plus mark 2 plus mark. No big deal. Any questions on this, anybody from?
No, Raghavan.
No,
I'm good. Yes.
no.
Now, if I want to compute the sum like this, I would do the compute total of mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. Now, what if I need to compute the sum of 5 marks? What should I do?
We need
Need
to
to
increase parameters.
change
In function
the
itself, we need to
method
add.
declaration and definition.
Change is the list of parameters and the method declaration. That's a good answer, right? Method declaration. What should you do? Instead of 3, we need to make 5. So you understand the different difficulties, right? Of managing this more than one
Yes,
value at the same time. It is not that easy to carry around the data, right? So that is where what is the solution? We use arrays. What is an array? An array is a data structure. What is the difference between data structure and data type? Is again a fundamental.
Data type, like which type of data we can do. And structure means it's a way of storing, which way we can store.
Okay, that's a good answer. Data type
Yeah.
indicates what kind of value, right? Structure is how it is stored.
You can say how we organize with the
Correct.
help of data structures.
How it is arranged or organized. Okay, so let's assume if at all I want to represent an array, let's say for example, assuming that okay. In the computer's memory, this is how it's gonna be. Let's take what is this, sir? This is a memory, computer's memory, right? Memory is a portion of the storage unit what we have. So it could be the RAM we speak about, right? Random access memory is but this array is a special type. I'll talk about. That's the reason I just mentioned it as a memory, nothing else, right? Array actually is an object that gets stored into heap, right? Okay. So this is how we store. What is this called? This is marks. For example, this is an array. So what do we say? This is the structure. Structure means how it is physically laid out. What is the layout? How we get to see them. Is it clear? This is what we call it as a structure. How the individual components are placed. What is the physical layout? So array is a data structure that helps us to store the data of more than one value of the same type.
In sequential
Yes.
order.
Yes. Array is actually sequential. That is one next to the other. Something similar to your letterbox. Many different examples that you can take your letterbox, right? One next to the other. So how do you really traverse an array? Traverse is a very important question or topic. This is how we traverse. And another thing is each individual cell or the position, right? Letterbox, one box. Each individual cell or position, right, is represented by an index. That is positional placeholder. Meaning which place? How do you number it? Anybody, if you look at 5 boxes, anybody, how do you number this?
0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, no black magic here, right? This is 0,
1, yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Whatever. Why 0? That's a fundamental researchable question. Anybody interested who look at it? all computer memory starts from 0. Maybe they just wanted to have it as the index starts from 0. It's a long theory. Long back from people they have started. So if at all I want to introduce an array, what do? It's array also what we can somebody read this line?
An array is a data structure that helps us to store more than one value of same type.
Same type. So what set of data that we want to store? Now, what is the type of data that you want to store now?
Integer. Int.
So if I declare int, how do I differentiate between a normal value and an array? Because there
Array
are
symbol.
Square bracket.
so we put this is a special keyword or a special reserved data structure type using which we indicate that this is an array. It contains more than one value. It's an open and closed square bracket. There's a set of components, set of boxes it's gonna store, more like a box, right? And whatever you want to name it, marks, you can take it or marks array. Somebody will prefer that to add a suffix, right? Just understand this is an object. Array is an object, something similar to classes. Class and object, string data type, what we have. This integer array, we need to say that I want to have an array which will store a data type of integer, and this is how you initialize this. This means I want an array to be created, but array has got different constructs as well. One, you could simply say the number. This means I want 5 elements. This is one style, right? This is declare an empty array of integer values. You don't say int array. That's a wrong way. You should not say int array. There's nothing called int array. Array is array. Array is common, right? But array can hold integer values. So array of ints, you could say, or array of int values, right? The other thing is, say, let me do that. This is int marks array 1, 2. Here we declare this 5. What do you say that?
We have declared the size of the array.
Size of the array.
We say that I am sure that I would store 5 marks. For me, I want to store 5 different values with the size of 5. That's what it is. But do they have any values?
No.
That's why we say empty array. This is still an empty array, right?
With the default value zeros.
Right, correct. That's again because of the data type, Lakshmi. If it is int, it will take 0, right? You could
Yes.
also, let me complete that. Marks array 3 is equal to new int. Now you can say that what does this mean?
Directly mentioning the values of an array without mentioning the size itself.
It's not declaring, initializing an array
Initializing. Oh,
with 5 values. Declaring means you just specify but don't get any value. It is as good as string name. But initializing means you supply the value as well. That's what you do. Clear, guys? Questions?
yes.
Yeah, so here,
A small doubt from my side also.
Yeah.
I think arrays cannot be declared without size, I think,
Size.
right?
Yes.
Correct.
I'm just saying. You just need to give a size. This is step by step. I'm conveying that.
Okay, yeah.
and
Sure,
one
Raghavan.
more thing, sir, here, the last line, 30th line, you are given int array, marks array 3 is equal to new int of array, right? That is not required, no? Directly we can pass the value, right?
This also you could do. Yeah. You could do that as well. But this is a proper structure syntax, right?
Yes,
You do
yes.
this, say that integer array. There is one more structure style as well, right? Most people will like this. This is also fine, right? But
Yeah.
but generally, this is I don't prefer that. You should distinguish with the data type itself. This is where you get distinguished whether it's a usual single value or an array, right? It's a structure, data structure, correct? So
Yes,
here
sir.
there is a challenge. I was about to say, somebody filled me that. The compiler will not know, boss, how much of size I would allocate. So there will be a trouble. We can see that as well, right? Do you see that? Board okay. This is illegal. Sorry. Line. Yeah. This icon. This is fine. This 5 means I need to pass an array value here. right?
Yes, Raghu.
Yeah. So this is just to give you an idea, hint. In the interest of time, we'll go further. This is how we will initialize an array, right? Next thing is, array is not restricted only with the primitive types. We can also have a string array. What is a string array? Say names array.
String values will be
Which
held.
will store you, yeah.
You can hold only string, right? If you want to do that, but you cannot give both 5 and size. If you give this, it will automatically be computed, right? Let's give the names here. Let's say Chakravarti, Lakshmi, Kashika, Uday, Manikanta, right? Others don't mind, right? So now next question is, we declared an array. Obviously, how do I get my values, right? First thing first, let's print the array, right? As always, what we have, system mode println marks array. Yes or no? Demo, my bad, I have to rename it. Okay, it's not initialized. Mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. Yes, as always. We know the error, right, guys? We have seen it in the last class. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu, yes.
Let's do this. All right. Now, what do we see here? Please pay attention, all of you. What do we see here?
Hash code.
Yes, that's a perfect example I told you. It proves that array is an object. Do you agree with me?
Yes, Raghu.
If you have any object, basically, this is a representation. By default, Java prints it's a number address in the memory. So you call this as marks, basically, and it has got. So generally, what do we do? Maybe I mark it here like this, just for the sake of discussion. So this is an object. Like how we have a street address, right? We have apartment address, etc. So this is an object in the memory. What we have. Perfect. You're able to visualize it, right?
Yes, Raghu. Yeah.
I could have one more object. There could be multiple objects. And I would name this as, this is say student. Or if you have similar array, for example, I would have this as well. Maybe I would name it in different colors. This is marks. I would name this as names, just for the sake of discussion. So this may have an address. At the rate of is just a denotion. Say ABC123. This is how an address in Java virtual memory is identified. That's how it is represented. And we say DEF345. This is an address of an object in the memory. And when I say object, that is what, which memory it is? Can somebody tell me? Java's memory has got two types.
Heap area.
Keep
Heap
it.
area.
Whereas if it is a variable argument, that stores in different type called stack.
Stack memory, yeah, right.
This is how the convincing proof that this is an array. An array is an object, so you get a representation. So in a normal Java class, probably classes and objects we have not seen it yet. We would do a toString method we override to have a meaningful representation. So in case if I want to print it, now let's look at it. How do I print? Do you feel happy that if array is printed with this, or you want to see the actual element of an array? Individual value.
Elements, values.
You want to print that. So what we do now, values of an array. Okay. A simple for loop we take. Again, you look at it 0. We can do the traversal, right? I start from here. Every individual element I access and print, then go next, go next, go next, go next, until I come to the end of the index position. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So for which array has got a property? How do I get to know? Int length equal to marks array dot length. It's a
Length.
property. Okay. Whereas string class has got a method. If it is a method, you would say length
Parenthesis,
empty
yeah.
parenthesis, right?
Right.
So what we can print here, this is okay. Then we can also print system mode print and then array length is all right. Let's print that as well. Arrays.demo.java. What happened? Is it wrong? Array 3, my bad. Let's rename it. We don't need a 3 here. Let's just keep it array. Right? What do you get, sir, now? Array length?
5.
That's what we wanted.
Yes, yes.
Now, let's go here. We would print, that is why we have looked at loops as well, right? For, I want to have a for loop. Int I equal to 0. What is my starting position?
0.
0.
I less than length. Why? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Length will be the whole number, but index starts from 0. So should I have to go up to 5?
No.
No.
Is that last index? So I less
Length
than
minus 1.
less than means up 0, less than 5 means up to 4 it will go, right? Or you could also use I less than equal to. If you use that, you should do length,
-1.
Then -1.
right? That's again a flavor, strawberry versus vanilla, whichever ice cream flavor you are good at. System.out.print I. Probably you put a space. Can somebody tell me something you are here seeing for the first time? What am I doing? What I have done? Typed. Something you are seeing.
Print.
Yes.
Print.
Print, yeah.
Why?
It will print in the single
Yeah,
line
same
instead
line.
of printing everything in new line.
Rather than typing, see, this is how it will print, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, my bad. I did another mistake as well. Sorry. I print I, but I don't want to print I. I is an index. What I should do? Array of I, right? Marks array.
Marks array.
How do I denote it? This is an array. I want to access the value in the index where I am in currently, marks of 0. Next time when the loop goes, marks of 1, marks of 2, marks of 3. That's how I take it. So this is how I'll keep iterating an array. This is a very important concept. When what we say, iterating an array, or a bit technical or fancy term, traversal of an array. However they want, right? You could use it. All right. Now, here you get the values 45, 56, 67, 87, 90. Yes or no?
Yes.
We don't want this. We want to print this value using the loop concept. Any questions?
No, Raghavan, I'm good.
0 less than length I plus plus. So whatever each individual, let's do one thing, right? What if I did a mistake? I put I less than equal to length. First,
La-
what will
last
happen?
value
Exception
will be
array index out
last
of
value.
Out of
will
bound
be-
Index out of bound exception.
How many times the program will run loop through? That's my question.
5 times. Not a 6 times.
6 times. 6 times.
What am I doing here? I equal to 0, I'm starting. And what I'm ending with? Less than equal to length. What is the length actually we printed?
5.
5.
Do we have a 5 index?
No.
No.
Not there, but the array loop will go and attempt to get the marks array index at index 5, right? Let's run this. Why, what happened? No, why I don't get an error, sir?
Compile.
Compile.
No compilation.
People forget fundamentals, right? Now, what do you see here?
Array
You
index
find
of
45,
Array index
56,
out of
67,
bound
80, then exception in thread. This is a famous exception. Array index. This is not Hindi array, English array. Array Babu, to bulane
Array
wala,
class.
right?
Telugu
Array
also.
index out of bounds exception. This is a very simple meaning, right? Array index out of bound, meaning what? Boss, you are going out of the bound. When the ball goes out of the boundary, what you declare it as in a cricket match?
6.
But here
6 or 4.
it's a foul, right? Array index out of bounds
Exception. Yeah.
exception. What do you mean by an exception? We have not seen the exceptions now. What do you mean by an exception? Exception is something which we don't know. We have not been prepared to handle the scenario. Clear?
Yeah.
Exception means you didn't really anticipate, but something got stuck in the middle.
Right.
You are dealing with an array and there is an issue with the index which is out of the boundary. Meaning whatever the boundary means, the condition, the threshold, the limits, it is reached that limit. That is what it is giving. And it is also helping you. What is it saying? Index 5 out of bounds for length 5. But there is only 5 and you should start from 0, but don't hit 5, stop 5 minus 1. That is what conceptually it explains. Clear?
Yes, Raghu.
Yes.
Yes.
This is absolute. And one more thing, did anybody observe it? Did it throw any error during compile time? Did the class compile successfully or not?
Yes.
Yes,
Completely.
compiled successful.
All of us are agreeing to it? Or
Yes.
only
Yeah.
Chakravarti and Bhaskar and Lakshmi?
This is because it is a
Agree.
runtime exception. I think that's what class get
No,
compiled.
Manikanda, hold on. Just probably try to stick to the question that I'm asking and help me with the answer, please. All of you are agreeing that the class does not throw an exception during compilation? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 It's a compile time exception. It's not a compile time, sorry. During the
Runtime.
compilation, the class was fine. The compiler was fine. It doesn't really care. Okay, you are iterating it. The variables are aware. I'm good. I don't know what you will do. It's as good as, you take your friend to a restaurant and you see that you want to eat. But do you know the capacity of the friend? How much will he eat when you step into the hotel?
No.
Not really. But he finds it very tasty and interesting. He started eating more. But there are only 10 idlis. But he wants to have more idlis than 10. So do you anticipate that?
No.
No.
The exact situation is happening here as well. The compiler is not able to find this out. So there are two kinds of exception. One is compile time exception. Can somebody tell me what is a compile time exception?
The errors which can be recognized with the compiler during compilation time.
Correct. An example.
Syntax errors.
Very good.
Syntax errors, keywords are missing or mismatching.
All that. Semicolon missing, syntax error, which the compiler can easily identify. Clear, guys? That's a compile time exception. Whereas this is called what? Now you tell me, Manikanda, or somebody who said.
Runtime exception.
Runtime. Why? This exception occurs only when
When we run the program.
program is in execution during the runtime. So it is called runtime exception. Make sense? Clear? So this
Yes.
is all about arrays. Any questions before I get into collections?
So by default, all the exceptions are runtime only. There are
No.
no compile time exceptions.
There are good amount of compile time exception. There is a good number of bifurcation. There's a good question, Lakshmi. Maybe we'll cover that later. Exceptions.
Okay.
There is a good hierarchy. All the exceptions are basically extended for a class called. We need to look at inheritance as well. Exception is a class, which indeed extends throwable. Right? From throwable, exception. These are subclasses of exception class. One is compile time exception. The exception itself is a compile time exception. Anything extends an exception is a compile time exception. There is a peer class called runtime exception. These two are extending from throwable. Throwable is a superclass that is extended by exception and runtime exception. Any exception that's a subclass of this exception is a compile time exception. Any exception that extends a runtime exception is a runtime. It's a runtime exception.
Okay, there is a hierarchy that we need to look
Right.
at. It.
So
Okay.
famous runtime exception is, I think, null pointer.
Null pointer, array index out of bounds, string index out of bounds. There are quite a lot. Exceptions are quite a lot, right? Invalid argument exception. So many you can do that, right? So any questions? I think only few of them are talking. Others don't talk at all.
It's not technically, but in the above executions, when we are printing values of array,
Hmm.
I could see percentage. I know why I haven't faced it earlier.
Let me check. That's a good observation. Yes, let's look at that. Yeah, thanks for that, Bhaskar. I was also observing. I don't know why. Let's see why it is throwing. Because let's just make it for a while. I don't know is it because of that. It should not be. No. Okay, it doesn't come. Maybe because that's very
We are
weird.
printing in the same line.
Yeah, it's very weird though. It shouldn't print at all. Probably somewhere it is doing it. Yeah.
According to my understanding, the cursor is waiting there. Percentage means the cursor is waiting there. Println means the cursor will go to the next line.
That is yes and no, but we not wait. It's not about waiting for a prompt, right? It shouldn't be. Ideally, it should be blank.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah, now it is removed. Probably the space has
Yeah.
gone. Is it fine? Any questions?
Yeah, that's it.
We are good, right?
Yeah.
With that, I move on to collections. Collections or collection? I think Satish dropped off. Huh? Collections demo.
Yeah.
What is a collection?
If you want to store a group of objects, I mean,
Oh, sorry,
heterogeneous.
1 minute. Before we go collection, let's finish that program. Why nobody reminded me, guys? We had a program.
Knowing that.
How do you compute it? How do you make use of it? Public static int compute total array. Just I put that, right? Integer marks. Yes or no?
Yes.
So how do I get this now? I say int total array, just for the sake of it, right? Compute total array marks. Yes. I don't return anything. Now what should I do now? Here, can somebody tell me how do I traverse this array and print the sum and return? It's very simple.
Yes,
Start with the for loop. For
Yes.
loop.
We need to traverse an array
Right.
or iterate an array, right?
Yes.
Right.
What do we have?
We can use for loop to
I
go
equal
through
0
each value.
less than length.
What length?
Yeah.
Marks
Marks
dot.
dot
You
length
can also
Marks.
directly put it, doesn't matter.
I
Right?
plus. Yeah.
Then,
Can you initialize
We
the sum
can-
equal to 0 so that we can add the marks?
so first we declare
Sum is
Sum.
equal to 0.
then
Sum-
what?
Yeah.
Sum plus is
Sum
equal
equal
to
Sum
Sum
plus
equal to
is
sum
sum plus
Sum
plus
marks.
is equal to
of
we can
I. We can declare I.
or
Yeah.
equivalent. What we can do?
Sum
Plus
plus is
equal
equal
to
to marks of I.
Plus equal to, yeah.
This is a shorthand operator, assignment operator we have seen.
Right.
Compound
So we just
operator.
want-
yes.
Then what should we do?
We
Return
will
sum.
print.
Return.
That is when that gets printed. That gets assigned back to this variable. Then what should you do?
Here we should
Enter.
print.
Total errors under total marks, that is.
Sum.
Total arrays. All right.
Right.
Anything significant here?
Compilation.
Not keeping the compiler happy.
No,
Why? I made
lesser or equal to length.
right. So this guy will not.
Compile, sir.
Compile, sir,
Yeah,
compile,
right.
compile.
Great. Others are all sleeping, man. Good. So now you get it here, right? 340.
Right.
It's as good as that. So this is how you really, now you probably, let's take a quick look once again. Let's say, do you really find it difficult instead of 3 marks, now we want to send 5 marks? Now we are able to send 5 marks, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
What if I
Yes,
want to add 7 marks, 10 marks? Is there any change in the program?
In the array declaration,
array-
we need
array-
to change.
That is fine. But in the function methods,
The methods
No.
now need to be changed.
will there
Nothing.
be
For
any
the
change
logic,
in
we
these
not
10
need to
lines of
write
code?
anything.
Will there be any change in these 10 lines of code?
No.
No. In the logic, no changes.
And how easy is it? It's a simple container. You refer, you carry that will have all the marks. You just, it's as good as, 10 people are traveling. How do you commute? How do you take them all? From one place to another.
Minibus.
One day you all can go by individual bikes, vehicle two. Other, you take them in a van or bus, larger container where all of them can be taken at one shot together. Correct?
Right.
Take that in mind. So it is easy to traverse, it's easy to carry the set of data under one single named entity, named container or named element, which is a special data type. What we have is called, what is the data type?
Array.
Array. All right. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
One more thing, what we can do, there is a special class in Java. We need to do this, import java.utility class. Arrays. Right?
Yeah.
Arrays is a
Arrays.toString.
utility
Yeah.
class that will help you manipulate any array. If you want to print it, rather than doing the looping, what you could do,
Arrays.toString. Yeah.
Toastring we can
Yeah.
use.
We can
No,
pass
Array
the
dot string.
array value. Right.
not printer, right? ToString or as list? ToString, yeah.
Toastring.
Arrays.toString. Yeah.
ToString of, what do you want to do?
Marks.
Array.
Yeah.
Compare.
Compilation. Yeah.
Okay. Now you see the difference.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it
Yes,
is
What did I
printed as
not
a
do?
array.
What did I not do?
We need to print it in new line.
Yes, I should have printed a new line,
Right.
right? This I
Yes,
can
sir.
array printed via array.toString.
ToString. Compilation. Yeah.
Very good. Now you see that, right? Is there any difference that you see? The
Yes,
way it
it's a proper structure.
correct, and it also adds square bracket
Square
before.
bracket. Yeah.
Array.
Start and end of array.
It
This
is
is a
in
part
array.
of an array, right? It's from an array. That's what it indicates. Clear, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now let's get into collections, right? Right. What is the difference between array and a collection?
Same
Arrays
data
are
type of
Declaring
object.
array
fixed.
fixed size first of all.
Fixed
Exactly.
size, yeah. But
Then
Arrays. Whereas collections, we cannot.
Size.
Yeah.
We
it's a
can't.
dynamic.
And if you want to store
Pixel size
heterogeneous
array.
data instead of homogeneous, we can go for collections.
we should know in advance, right? Whereas
Yes.
collection can have the flexible size, right? Then
If you want to store heterogeneous data, we can go for collections. Yeah.
array can contain homogeneous item. What do you mean by homogeneous?
Same type.
Same type of
Data type.
Remember
yeah.
I told already, right? Items of the same.
Data type.
Yeah, but we can use object array as well as right to store different types
I'll
of.
come to that. I'll come to that. Collection can contain items of different types. They are called- All right. Then more often collection.
Predefined methods, right?
Yes, collection
Because
has got a lot of different
Utility methods.
methods,
Right.
etc.
Every collection is based on specific data structure, right?
Correct. That is
Yeah.
also a good point. Each collection is what is called declined on a specific. What is the data structure?
List.
How we organize the data. Yeah. Has table. Yeah.
There are different types. So how do I go and make use of a collection? Basically. So
By importing a collection class.
Java,
Java.util
we
collection.
have not seen the packages yet. There are quite a few. Fundamentally, I'm taking it for granted. Whoever knows it is better. Whoever doesn't know, you guys are better. First list is in this collection. This is a list. What is a list?
List is an interface.
Again, a sequential element. Right? So fundamental collection, very close to the
Array.
There is
arrays, right? List is an
interface. Yeah.
sequential data access. And we cannot instantiate a list. What do we have now?
Array list.
Array list,
Array list,
linked
linked
list.
list.
Implement
Class.
List interface.
So what do we have? We need to import.
Java.util.array list. In the
There may be a question. Do I need to do this or can I simply do this?
util star.
Star. Yeah.
Star,
Yes.
Which one do you prefer?
Better readability.
star we can.
But it's good practice to use fully classified import
Yes.
for the performance. Yeah.
Yes.
Performance.
Not about performance. Readability.
Not recommended.
It is not recommended.
Appears to be simple. Why? Because unnecessary loads.
Okay. It will import all the different classes.
All the available classes.
And
Types basically, right?
yeah.
Classes and interfaces in this class for a reference. For the different.
Correct.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Also, it hides actual dependent. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu. Yes.
Of this class. So this is not a best practice at all. So we should avoid doing this.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Now,
Raghu.
am I typing all this?
Yes.
How am I typing all this? These are all required, not required for compiler. It's
Right.
only
Yes.
Comments.
For our understanding.
right. Okay. How do I create a list? List. List can contain a type of
Wrapper class. Yeah.
or list. New
array list.
array list. The compiler will be quite happy. So I declare an empty list. Can hold integer.
Integer one.
How do I add an element to the list? This class has
List
not
dot
Add.
List dot add as
where
mark
you
list
can
dot
add
add.
elements, right? Not in fact. Right? I've added. How do I extract an element?
Get.
Yes.
Using
So,
Sir, here I do have one doubt.
hmm,
See, here also you are taking
I'll come to
integer
that
value, then why can't?
question. Who asked that?
Okay, fine. Uday.
Uday, very good question. I'll come to that. Because of generics, we do that. And I'll come to that. Very good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about println. See, first let's go one by one. Please hold on. I'll come back. Right? Java C
Yes,
connection.
sure.
So far, so good. You see
Yes,
the value?
Raghu.
Yeah.
Did I
Yes.
do anything here? Extra looping and all.
No.
What you can do. But by default, the list object, when you print, Java gives you the list of elements in this automatically.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Is implemented.
Yes. Or no?
Yes, Raghu.
Yes.
you can also print a specific element. What is that? How do you print?
We can use
Get
get method.
and index provided.
Get an index of
Element
the
at index 0. What do I do?
marks dot get of 0.
No big deal.
Come.
Get 45. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu.
Likewise, if you want to do that, what should you do? Explicitly you want to print it. I take an assignment today. Explicitly
Enhanced for loop.
wait, Lakshmi. Explicitly print a list using for, while, and do while. All the three is an assignment.
Yeah, Raghu.
You know, I've already told you, more like an array. I've already given the print as well. Explicitly print a list of integers using three different. It's an assignment, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Now, yeah, I think that is a two most important methods, right? You could add collection to a collection. You could do that. I think I would request you to explore it further. So clear? Let's look at one more string as well. But again, you know, it doesn't matter. Still, string names list equal to new list of array list of. Can I do this basically? Basic fundamentals of object oriented. Can I do this? Guys, can you hear me? Am I audible?
No, we cannot do
No,
that.
we can't do. You can't create object of list.
Let's see what happens.
Excellent.
Any guess? Anybody?
Because it's an interface, right?
Correct.
No
It will
implementation.
throw error.
List is abstract, cannot be instantiated. You can only instantiate a class, not an interface.
Right.
Okay. So line with through an error. So what do we do?
List of string.
I will do that. Okay. Now what should I do? Array list, correct? Let's do that. Name list dot add. Now whose name we have not added earlier? Yatish. I don't know if I've added him or not. Apparao Tata. Who else I'm missing? Somebody was not talking at all. Then they
Yeah. ArrayList of-
Bola. You guys are still there in the call? You are kept yourself in.
Yeah, I think we are assigning it to the array.
We are talking actually, but this voice is getting overlapped.
So thanks, Dhananjay. No.
Yes, we're talking.
Okay.
Hi, Raghavan. I have a
Yes.
small query.
Yes, please.
We are assigning ArrayList to
I know.
string.
I know. Yeah. I did a mistake. You're good. This is correct. See, if you talk properly, these mistakes will not come. People are not attentive, so I'm kind of confused.
So while declaring the names
String-
list, you mentioned like a list of a string,
Strings. That was I was
but
asking.
it should be like a list of string, right?
My bad. Yeah, this is
Yeah, that's what I'm mentioning. Yeah.
this is also list of string or listen.
Right.
Thanks. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, Raghavan. Now it's okay.
What do we do?
Names list we can say. Compilation. Yeah.
You get it, right? As usual,
Yes.
you put the element all that, right? Now let's do one more thing. What if I print an exclusive element? Okay, how do I get the collection list length? We need to see that.
Size method.
Size method.
That is, there is no length, we get a size.
Right.
It's an integer type, right? What
Marks
is the
of
size?
size method. Right.
So we can print
Size.
The variable is size.
Size and length both are different.
Variable
We
name is
declare size and we-
size.
No. Let's see sort. Yeah.
here, I use it as size. Okay. Any questions on this?
Compile.
Compile.
Okay. You see that length is 3, this length is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each element is separated by a comma. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, bro.
Now let's go here and I want to explicitly access an element. What I'm doing? I'll try to get an element. This is how I get it, right? String name, right? What I will say? First name, right? How do I get it?
Get
Name
method.
is
Name
dot,
slash
dot.
get of 1
Index
0.
of 0.
Again, it starts with 0. Doesn't matter, right? It's
Yes.
an array or a list. Doesn't matter. Both of them start with 0. You traverse from left to right. So what do?
First name.
Still.
Any questions on this?
Compile. Fine.
Yatish, I get it. Yes or no? Any questions?
No.
We are clear, right?
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, clear.
Now I do. All right. I say last name. How do I take? How do I take?
Size, length.
Yes or no?
No,
Yes, sir.
that is size minus 1.
Size, what you got? -1. 5 minus 1. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Now what do I do? What if I do a mistake here? Let's assume this is also I can access. I can also access this like this. What was the size it gave me?
Right.
Right. I'm assuming that I'm taking a 50 element. I do this.
But
What
6th element ever.
Yeah. Come.
what will happen?
Index out of bound.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
index out of bounds exception. This is a new error we have. Understand, guys?
Yeah.
Like an
Yes.
array,
Yes.
collection as well has an index starting from 0. Element starts from 0. And whenever you try to access an element whose index is not potentially available, it will simply say index out of bound exception. It doesn't say array index, it doesn't say string index. It just only say index out of bound exception. But the message is same. You see that, right? Like how we have seen for
Array.
array, we see that for collection as well. See, these are all two different fundamental data structures. You should be very comfortable at it, right? While executing, you have to be very comfortable. So how do you manipulate it? You should not be really looking for Stack Overflow, ChatGPT, or Googling it. You should get used to that. My advice is do enough programming, refer the API methods, look at the methods and explore it. Try executing the methods and see what happens. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
One last topic on collection before we jump on to anything else.
Yeah.
That's a question asked by Uday, isn't it? or who?
Yeah.
Uday.
That's
Okay.
an integer, right? That I have.
Why we have this integer type here? What if there's no difference between an array? That's a very good question, right? Why it is an integer? Why not? It can be, okay, let me do that. Give me a minute. I need this. Understand what am I doing?
Right, you have
Creating a
declared.
Yeah.
Specific connections.
Correct.
Collection. N is missing.
And is missing.
Yeah, thanks, Lakshmi. Yeah. So that's it. Lakshmi, awesome. Thank you. Very good. All right, we are back to the same error. So we can arrest that error as well. Yes, which line it is throwing? Line number 69.
Right.
So I would bypass that. Just ensure the program is always working fine. Can somebody tell me a pattern of what I keep doing? Every time I make a change, what do I do?
You
You will mention what is
Okay, good. I do a comment. That's what you say, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Then anything else? I do one thing more.
Compiling.
On that line, Uday, yes. What do I do?
You are updating and compiling that code, source code.
These two steps I keep doing. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Then only the source class file will be updated. Source code.
I
will
just
be-
want to ensure that this is more like unit testing, guys. These are fundamentals of your unit testing. Whenever you make any change, you just need to ensure that the changes what you are doing does not break what was there earlier. Clear? These are fundamental the qualities of a good developer. Got it? You need to ensure that you should keep more testing. Am I not testing it or not? Testing means what? Oh, I'm executing the program and finding that nothing is broken. I get the output intact. Yes or no?
Yes.
So take a look at my history command. How much I have done? Java C Java. You see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So let's see grep Java C. Not count. Oh my goodness.
3 times.
Equally. Oh, this is all. But in this class today, obviously you keep seeing me, right? Java C Java, Java C Java, Java C Java. You need to
Yes.
ensure that the class, the changes what you make is not breaking what was there earlier. Okay. This is also a fundamental factor you should not forget. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now let's get into the generic collection demo. The question what I asked, list I can do, say for example, object list. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
A new array list I can do. Still hold on. All of you please bear with me. This is a bit old theory. I'm proving you here, right? Let me add object list dot add of one. Object list add of
String.
say that one. All right. So far clear?
Yes, Dragon. Yes.
We don't need to mention any Angular braces in this case.
That is what I'm saying. You have to
Yeah.
Bold style.
Okay.
Heterogeneous data.
we don't. If you put an angular bracket, then there's no point of answering Uday's question, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Yes.
Alage, right? Okay. Do you see that? Hold on to this thought. What is that do you see? Does it simply compile like earlier version, or you see some message printed on the console?
Yeah,
Some
it's showing
messages
some
coming, like
message.
you should
Yeah,
uncheck or unsafe the operation.
Collections.demo Java uses unchecked or unsafe operations. Why it becomes unsafe? I'll demonstrate that. Let's assume, for example, now you are all agreeing to me, right? What I'm trying to do?
Yes, yes.
What I'm trying to do?
You are trying to store heterogeneous data into the.
Yes, that will store
Specifying any data.
any kind of data. Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
But what is the agreement?
Specifying.
First element will be,
Integer.
let's assume, for example, any kind of data for student, for example, right? First element will be the roll number. Yes. Second element will be the name of the student. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, Raghu.
Third element will be the mark 1, mark 1, mark 2, mark 3.
Mark 3, yeah.
3 to 5. Third to fifth elements. Yes. Assuming that I need to write a program. This is the older days, guys. This is all, what is that? Pre-Java 5 days. Just hang on to that, right? So this is what we need to have an understanding. Okay, you send a heterogeneous collection. What all data that you would send it? Okay, you say maybe a roll number or a name and the marks, I would send it for a student. Okay, which position, what data comes in? That's why you need to have an agreement or understanding how the program expects the data that you pass on. Yes. Can I hear from others as well, except one or two people? I doubt you guys are active or alive, or simply you turned on and put yourself on mute and watching elsewhere. Except Lakshmi, Uday, and Chakravarti and Bhaskar.
We are here.
Dhananjay,
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of all. Can I have some acknowledgement from rest of the people? You guys are actively listening, actively part of a call?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, we are following you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yes.
Yes,
Great.
sir.
Right? So far you are clear? You are with me?
Yes.
Yes, Raghu.
As per the contract, I am dealing with the element. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now what should I add? Can somebody help me with that further?
Marks, integer type. Yeah.
Marks.
We have already seen how to add an integer number marks, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Right? Now I print the object list. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu.
Just a collection itself will give me an error. Sorry,
Yeah.
warning.
Because of
How I print. Do you see that?
Yes,
Object
Raghu.
list. Do you see? Maybe I can do one more thing. If at all anybody wondered why I moved this to a method, my attention is not this now. I'll simply comment this. What will happen now?
You are not calling.
Exactly. I only have this output. This is my style of doing the programs. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I moved all of them into a different method. Whatever we have discussed earlier, I put them into a different method. I commented it in my main method. I don't even call this. So what will happen? My output will be focused. Yes or no?
Yes, Raghu. Yes.
I don't even call this means whatever I'm executing in that method will never be printed.
Never be
They're
executed.
present. But for now, for my sake of understanding, I don't want to have confusion on the output. I'm only focusing on this. I'm done with this all. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, Raghu.
So this is how we do. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
What do we have? We have one Raghavan. Can we now print this? Come, somebody help me with that. Apart from Lakshmi, Dhananjay and Uday. Do I have volunteers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Yatish. Yeah. Uday?
Yeah.
Not Uday. Yatish or apart of anybody.
Yes, sir.
How do I get? How do I sum the three values in a collection?
We have to use the indexes of 2
Hmm.
to 2, 3, 4.
Very good. How do I get it?
object list dot get
Mhm. Mhm.
2
Mhm.
plus object list dot get 3
That's also good. We could do that. Okay.
object list dot get 4.
Excellent. Then what should I do?
Add it to so
Send it to a
to
value
a-
and then we can print. Yeah.
Wait,
Send to
Chakravarti.
a variable.
yes,
Yatish is responding. Let him complete.
yes.
Yes, Yatish.
Yeah. Take a sum variable into variable local variable.
Yes. So you need to get it into a total.
Temporary,
Right? Then I
into total. Yes.
then I print. Yes or no?
Yes. Compare.
Bad operand types of binary operator. Right. Let's break that. No problem. My intention is still beyond this point. Because binary doesn't know it's our object. I'll tell you why. That's fine. For the sake of the discussion, we'll break it into how do I change this program? Yatish? Yatish?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, Ram.
Yes.
Assign it a variable.
Yes.
Typecasting. Yeah.
Now what can I do here?
It's mark 1, mark 2, mark 3. You can see. Yeah.
Still equation what we have. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Still it gives an error. Why? Object
No.
cannot be converted to int. This is why it gave earlier error in a different manner. Object cannot be converted to int. What does that mean?
Primitive
The integer is a
Data
primitive
types are
type.
different.
Data type. So the
Earlier, before up to Java 1.4, up to Java 1.5, until Java 1.5, the list does not have any size. It used to accommodate an object, java.lang.object. Can an object be added? Let's assume Yatish and Chakravarti both go for a trip. You want to compute the total sum of cash that you have. You both carry the wallet. How do you really count the money, the currency that you have? Yatish and Chakravarti. You want to find the total currencies that you have with you.
We will club the money into.
How do you
one.
club?
I mean, we hold the total cash or the cash which we are holding, right?
remove out of the wallet and
Yes, that's the right answer, Yatish. Go ahead. Yes. How do you do that?
we'll both
First of all, you
remove.
don't even know how much money you have it in your wallet, correct? Mostly.
Right. Yeah.
You need to pull out the money from the wallet. Yes or no?
Yes.
Only then you get to understand how much amount of currency that you have it with you. Clear?
Yeah.
Both of you?
Both of.
You will
We
try
have to
to
pull.
sum it up. Correct?
Yes.
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 Same example, you do it here. Can you simply add two wallets? Oh, this is my
No.
wallet, that is your wallet. Wallet plus wallet equal to two wallet. Can we do that?
No, we cannot do that.
It's our intention to add the wallet or add the currency inside the wallet.
Currency inside the wallet. Yeah.
Here, what is our intention? Our intention is to add
Add
the
marks inside
inside
object.
mark inside a collection.
Yeah.
But how do we really treat that element as? Did you specify any type?
No.
So in that case, what happens?
The object it will
Object type will be
taken.
Each element is assumed to be or expected, right? Of type java.lang.object. What is the specialty of this? It's a superclass.
superclass. Yeah.
You could add a customer, you could add a person, you could add a student, you could add a string, you could add an integer. Doesn't matter. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Rahul.
So this is how it is stored as.
Object.
This is also an
Object.
every element is an object. Correct?
Yes.
That is what we print this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, can you simply get that? And how are you trying to allocate this into? Tell me what is that is it will print. What value dot get of you expect it, and it will be of type what?
Object.
Object.
Can you
Object.
assign to an object integer type?
No.
No.
What should you do?
Typecast to
Typecast
integer.
The previous case, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Generic data type to specific data type. Yes or
Yeah.
no?
Yes.
Yes.
What are we trying to do?
Typecasting object type.
Generic
to
data type to
We are trying to assign a value from a generic type to a specific type. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in that case, what should you do?
You need to typecast the
Typecast.
value
Typecast it.
You need
to
to employ
specific
a
type.
typecast. How do you do the typecasting, sir?
We will place
Parentheses.
parentheses and type of the data type.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Here again, let's see how this go step by step.
Compiles.
Yeah. What happens? It had compiled now.
Inside.
Yes, yes, sir.
We are all
Yes.
good Java developers. We know the reason why the compiler is not happy. We found a way to make it happy, make him happy. Correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now what happened? Have we accomplished our results?
Yes.
Maybe I should give 10, 20, 30. Yeah? Assuming that it is computing correctly. 45 plus 50 plus 44, 144. 144. Great. This is such a good number. I wish we could have got something different. Right? 144. Do you know the meaning? Anybody? What is 144?
It is one of the Fibonacci number that is.
Lakshmi. Okay, very good. You are too academic. Section 144.
Ah, okay. Section 144.
Do we need to have a 144 in the Java sessions?
No, no.
We don't, right? That's fine.
No.
Are you clear, all of us? What do we tend to do? So
Yeah.
we declare a generic list which can take an object. We accommodate all the values, but in order to make a computation, we retrieve an element at a time. But for sure, each element is of type what?
Object.
Object, right? Let's do something else as well. Just do it. How do I print this? Explicitly a collection?
Object list.
Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
System.out.println.
Object list of file.
Object equal get
Object
of
list.
Element at index
I. Concatenate.
I.
Double quotes open.
What is that value?
Object list of get of I.
I.
Yes.
No, just of it.
No, not like that.
Why?
It's not array.
It's not an array, it's a
Array list.
Collection. Correct?
yeah.
We could also hope it is neither boring nor confusing, guys. Okay. Let's print that. Here you get it. Yes or no? 1.
Yes.
45, 44. Nothing great, nothing special. Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. What do I do now further? We do have. Okay, let me. System out println. I put type equal. What element we have? Object list dot get of I dot get class dot. Do I print it correctly? There is an object dot get. Okay, sorry. Get class will give you the actual class. Runtime, what is that class? The object and what the name of it, right?
Will be object for everything.
Yeah. Do you see that here? How they have been internally converted as? By default, it's an object is unexpected, but you need to typecast. It is actually treated, converted the value when it is parsed. Okay. Now let me go that. Just give me a minute. Assuming that we are all human beings, yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Now instead of this, right? What do? I do this. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
What change I made?
You have
move the string value to
Positioning I have changed. Yes or
right.
no?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
What I have done now? Instead of passing name as a first, somehow I forgot. I swapped the elements. Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes, yes.
what I did. Now what will happen?
It will give compilation you haven't done, yeah.
Class cost exception. I have done it.
Yeah.
I've compiled. Very good.
Okay, okay.
Excellent exception. Please pay attention. It's
Yeah.
a fantastic, famous situation all of us were dealing before Java 5. And it also gives a meaningful error message. Please read it out. Java.lang.string cannot be. What is it message name? Class cast. What is the cast that you have seen? It's not the cast. Okay, cast. Cast is different. Reddyar, Rai, Rao, right? Patel. That's not the cast. Chettiar, Mudaliar. That's not the cast we are talking about. Shetties, right? It's a cast, not the cast. Cast. Where have you seen the casting?
Typecasting you have done.
It's not casting, it's a casting.
Yeah.
Yes.
We should say cast. CAST. More like COIST cast, but just to differentiate between the CASTE word, we generally say cast.
Yeah.
In this paradigm, that word cast means is a casting, right? That's to distinguish it, right? So what does it say? Class cast exception, saying what? Java.lang.string cannot be cast to java.lang.integer. Do you know the reason why?
We have changed the position of string value to
right,
index 4.
but you are trying to store it into an integer value. Yes or no?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
We are adding to the marks.
Yeah.
At index 4.
Can somebody tell me we have performed exactly? It's not we are adding to the marks. We are storing it to a mark variable here.
Yes.
Position of 4, right? 3
Yes.
or 4.
Yes, yes.
Correct. This is 0, 1, 2, 3.
3.
This is we are retrieving the object, trying to store it into an integer, doing a typecast. But in the previous example, what did we see when we doing a parsing demo? What is that exception? If you performed integer.parse int, what exception that would have given?
Integer pass.
Number format exception. That's a different exception. So you will get used to that, correct?
Yes.
Now, because this is a level above, before even you could parse, you try to convert the object representation at a holistic level. It's as good as, you know what? In all the stage dramas, do you know that a boy can be changed to a girl, girl can be changed to a boy? School dramas, they do that, yes or no?
Yes.
They don't really make an operation and all. It's gender transformation. All these people make a simple trick. What do they do in the school stage drama?
Costume.
Wow, Chakravarti, thinking so much. For a girl, they'll simply wear a pant and shirt.
Yes.
Typically, for a boy,
Yeah, that's what. Costume will be changed. That's all.
costume, exactly. You know, they will do all that bangles, etc., bindi. Then they will look like a boy, girl. Correct? That's costumes.
Right.
Clear? That is what we are doing here. We are trying to transform an object from one shape to other shape. That's why it's all casting all about. Correct? But that time itself, the runtime environment Java found that, boss, you are expecting me to give it to you in the form of an integer. But all what I have is an object of type what?
String.
Oh, let's print that. We have also have it, right? That's the reason I printed that. Correct? Where do I have the object printed? What am I having it here? It's of type what?
String.
So will I be able to perform?
No.
That is the reason it gives an error, and it very clearly says it's a class cost exception. And this was very famously happening until Java 5 was introduced in the year 2005. Uday?
Yes.
I hope you are getting your answer, right? So in order to avoid that, what do we do now? So there is a problem clearly. Do I have any way to avoid this? Guys, do I have any ways to avoid this?
Generic.
Wait, Uday, hold on. Correct. That's the actual solution. We need to have some way to prevent this from happening. As of now, who is the one whom we know who is operating with the program?
G.
Who is typing the program? Dealing.
Programmer we.
The
Program.
developer, human being, programmer.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we are the one that making mistakes. Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Human being tend to make mistakes, correct? So we
Sure.
can't always rely on the human being to memorize things. There is a possibility that he may overlook or forget. That's a classic example that we are seeing. So wouldn't it be nice if we take help of the compiler itself? But where is this error? Did you look at it? Did it throw an error at the compile time?
No.
I'll go back to my screen. Did it throw an error at compile time? Let
No.
me clear my screen.
When we are just
Runtime.
running it is showing error.
I'll do the command once again for your reference.
Yeah.
Compilation
Runtime.
was successful,
Yes.
and I make a space. Yes or no?
Yes.
So what do you call this error as then?
Runtime.
Runtime
Exception.
error.
Correct? It's a runtime exception. So obviously up to runtime, you don't want to hold. So wouldn't it be nice if somebody helps us to prevent this from happening? When you enter a data at the compile time itself, what error it threw actually potentially?
Class cast.
This is a place where we get a java.lang class cost exception, which is a runtime exception. That clearly says what?
String
A
cannot
string
be
value
converted into
cannot
integer.
be casted to an integer.
Yeah.
Yes. Now the question is, wouldn't it be nice if someone at a compiler level, compilation level, right? Stop this or alarm or warn. Develop. That is the exact answer is, yeah, Uday, you can tell. Generics was introduced in Java 5 in the year 2005. So what is generics? Obviously, next question, right? What is generics? One word will tell you. Generics is a new feature introduced in Java 5 for the type safety. What is that?
Type safety. Yeah.
Type safety.
Of the data. What do you mean by type safety? Here you are losing
Same type of
the type, the safety, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
yes.
Now what can I do now? So generic collection demo. Just I change this. Just for example, what is this type? Java 5
Object.
non-generic type, right?
Right.
What am I converting?
Now.
List of here, assuming that I'm only dealing with marks. Forget about the, we can't club up marks and names, etc. Right?
Yes.
Take that only. Assuming that I'm only taking integer. We have already seen it. Yes or no?
Yes.
Object is equal to new array list. Now you need to add this. Now you need to add this. Do you see that?
Type. Yeah. Different types you are using.
Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Integer and string. Yeah.
Just integer.
Integer.
Now do you see that? Guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So this
Integer
is
type.
what? From Java 5, a generic type we do. And I'm commenting this out. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Keep aside 1 and all, it's fine. We will still take 2, 3, 4, right? All of you are with me?
Yes.
Now do you see that, sir? What happened?
Compilation errors. Yeah.
Compile
Earlier compilation was successful. Now did the compilation successful?
No.
Fail.
What does it say? Line 53 error in
Incompatible
Incompatible.
type. String cannot be converted to integer. The same error. But earlier it was casting at runtime. Here compilation itself will stop me saying that you are not supposed to add a non-integer value because you have declared it to be of type what?
Integer.
Integer.
Is it clear? All of
Yes,
you?
yes, sir.
Yes.
Uday and everybody?
Yes, yes.
So this is what is a generic.
Clear, but still I have a doubt. Like if it is a generic, then why cannot use array?
You can, but again, that's a very good question again, Uday. Good. Only thing, you go back here, array versus collection. If you deal it as a collection, you have different purpose, Uday. You could use it as a different data structure, different utility methods, all that benefit. Correct?
Yeah. If you want
Uday,
to
you are the
perform,
same person, Uday. Right? You can play many roles. Probably if you are married and got a child, you can play a father role. If you are just married but not yet got a child, you can just play a husband role. You would play husband role. If you are not married at all, you would just play a son role to your parents and a brother's role to your siblings. Yes or no, Uday? Uday? Okay, others?
he's commenting network issue is there from
maybe.
Uday's idea.
Okay, do you get that? What I'm saying?
Yes.
Question?
Yeah.
So depending on what role you want to perform, that's a very valid choice. If for any reason, if you think you can still stick with arrays, go ahead. Depending on your data structure, arrays sometimes, depending on searching, sorting, etc., arrays can be definitely used for linear search, like quick sort, insertion sort, selection sort, all that. If you want to perform any searching, sorting also, typically you can convert it array to a list, list to array also you can convert it for the operations that you want to perform, the computations, right? So there is no straightforward, what do you call, hard and fast rule that you should only use an array, you should only use a list. It's up to you, depending on your situation, what operation you would like to perform. You could choose the data structure as what you wish.
Yeah.
Make sense? All right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, sometime I missed that wordings, but still one doubt I have. Let's see, whenever we are explaining about array, we are telling like it's a collection or it's a you can store multiple values which is same data type, right?
Yeah.
Same only, yeah, same in collection
That's what
also
I told
getting the
Uday.
same.
I think we lost you. You could play multiple
Yeah.
roles depending on what position you have in, right? A son, right? A brother, a husband, and a father. Within a family, personal life itself, I'm saying. You can also play a friend, teacher, student, employee, manager, various different roles we play. Right? If it is a female, we play a mother, daughter role, etc. That varies based on the gender. Clear?
Yes.
You wish to remain as only as a son or brother and sister, then you don't get married at all. If you get married, then you have to get into the shape of husband role. Likewise, if you want to perform any operations, computations, right, like searching, sorting, arrays are definitely comparatively faster. If I'm not wrong, right? So you could convert that as well, arrays to a list, list to array. Again, array is more, as you look at it, more like switch case. Direct hit, right? It's a random access memory. Array directly you can hit it. Like list also you could say get up 0. Correct to that position you can go and hit it. Right?
Yes.
So there are nuances around it. You could play around, depends on your situation at hand. Make sense?
Yeah. According to requirement.
Yes. One last point here is since when Java 5 was introduced, we had to make a data type mentioned here as well, here as well. Clear? In the declaration and the instantiation, both the cases we need to do. But Java 7 makes it even more easier. A simplified
Syntax.
generic type, it is called diamond operator. What do we do? Here alone you mention object list. Here you only say that's all. You don't specify the type here. You understand?
Yeah, by the initialization.
This is more like diamond. Look at it, it's like a diamond, right? Nothing.
Yes.
That's why it's called diamond operator. It was introduced from Java 7. It's a new feature. Because anyways you are going to store, you are declaring an object of type integers only, correct?
Yes, yes.
And why do you want to repeat it here? You can save some keystrokes. So let me compile that and show you. There's still an error on this only, right? I get a compiler error. What line it is? 55. Now what do I do now? I comment it down. You see here? The program compiled fine, program works fine as well. 4 of 4. Why? Because we do another mistake here. What is that line? 71.
71, yeah.
1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 71. Get a 4. Why? Oh, not 4, right? It should be 1, 2, 3.
3.
Now, yes or no?
Yeah.
Here you go. We print the value. All of them are integers now. Do you see that? There is no room or opportunity for a programmer to add an element of a different type into the collection than the one it was declared. Correct? That's the benefit of generics. List of integer. Make sense, guys? Any questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Can we change the default capacity of a collection, Raghavan?
You could do that. Please, it's an extended thing. You could do that very well, right? There are ways you could automatically, it has got a capacity on its own. You don't need to change it by default, because anytime if you think the elements are exceeding, automatically that's gonna span a new array, create a new array.
And a different collection follows a different type of extending
Correct.
mechanism, right?
Yes, because each collection is inclined towards a different data structure, right?
Yes, yes, Raghavan.
So hashing, there is a load factor. So each collection has got a
Load
different,
factor. Yeah, yeah.
different what do you call, grammar or algorithm. So that way.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Make sense?
Yes, yes,
Shall
Raghavan.
we see one teaser of a functional programming?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, Raghavan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll say teaser. All right. I know it's already time and I am also having some difficulty. Okay. How are we taking the values, sir, now? We also need what? A list of values, yes or no?
Yes.
Or let's still do that. Wait a minute. Int array of marks. Yes.
New int. Yes, yes, Raghavan.
How did you print the value?
We use for loop. Oh,
Yes.
Declare
Yeah.
ToString is good, right?
Sorry.
Just for printing, ToString is okay.
No, I want to print the sum, not just printing.
Some,
Okay.
yeah. We will loop through the marks array. Marks dot length. Yeah, yeah. Mark array. I plus plus.
Plus.
Total plus is equal to marks array of
Total is equal to 0. We should
I.
have.
Marks error.
I. Yeah.
All right.
We can print the total.
Print.
Yeah.
Total is equal to 0.
You print all of them. What is mark array?
Yes.
We should initialize total with 0.
Total equal to plus 4. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Raghavan. Hello?
Yeah.
Initialize with 0. Total.
Yeah, that's also right.
Java.util.
Arrays is not the class that I have written. Java has added. Only thing by default I get is java.lang package. Right?
Line
Yes.
number 8 total.
Equal to 0. File name function.
Program teaser. Okay. All right, here you go. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, Raghu.
Yes.
Oh, just bear with me for a while. Function program has got a lot. I'm just gonna write a sample, right? Array reduce. Wait, stream.off, we get it. Yes, that's right. For each also, okay, we can do that as well. Just let's do one more thing. All that I'll explain later. So
Load streams here.
not streams. Here you go. Okay, this again printed this way. So for each works array stream, I get it. Why it doesn't print? Each an integer, is it? Okay. This shouldn't be a case.
I think Arrays.string.
No, we don't need to put that. Wait, an array to stream dot off is fine. We get a stream. Then we get a list. No, we don't need to get a list as well. Okay, let me do that. Give me a minute. What is that? I'm not getting it. We get that into count.
Arrays.stream of arrays is the syntax here. Yes.
Arrays.stream, huh? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thanks. Also,
Stream of marker. Yeah, right. Now it will work.
thanks for that. Probably I wasn't very sure. This is not something I usually should use it.
Yeah.
Not,
I think we can take export also. Yeah. Reduce variable x.
I haven't paused. Okay. Okay. This again. Just a minute. Reduce identity and accumulator. Correct. That's what I do as well. Okay.
Can use x equal to x plus 0.
Yeah.
Sorry, arrow function. I think in the place of x.
No, we could use that as well. Come on, why we do? Okay, that's correct.
Yeah.
Two things we pass.
Initial value 0. First we need to pass, right? Yeah. Some
Mm.
value 0
Yeah.
comma. Right now it will work. Yeah.
What happened?
We are passing two parameters. We parentheses is I think we need to mention x comma y.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not single parameter. Thought I added. That's
Yeah.
here you go.
Great.
In total, what we do, we get it here as well. So ultimately, let me explain you that. So, but do you see that I'm able to accomplish these statements with one line here? Yes or no? Even for printing.
Yes.
So this is what I think yesterday Satish was talking about as well. One fundamental difference you need to understand. The earlier style of programming, what we did is called imperative. Imperative means you tell the compiler or the runtime environment a step-by-step instruction as to how the operation should be performed. What do you say here? You take integer first, you declare a variable of type integer, assign it to the 0. You start initializing the traversing an array, starting from 0, go one at a time, stop until you reach the last -1, last element, whose index is last -1, but 1. Then every time you visit it, you take that element and put it in a sum variable, add it, and then put it back. So that let it continue in a looping fashion. Finally, once you are done with it, you print it. This is what we say, yes or no?
Yes.
So this is, we are going too detailed of taking a control. All the low level possible details we are sharing it, which is what an imperative style. Imperative means you define everything, not just you say what to be done, rather you say that how it has to be performed. That detailed you get in there. Whereas a functional programming, it's not just only this, it has got quite a lot of context. One such thing is you never bother about how. You leave it to the internal implementation, JVM. The JRE runtime environment will take care of it. You just say what you want. Don't say how. Let's say, for example, you share something to an experienced person. You go to a bank, to a staff who is very experienced or a senior person. You start explaining the steps. Generally, you must have heard what statement they tell you back.
Don't stop telling me what to do.
Correct. Right? Na pani na ke cheptava.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What I should do? मेरे काम मुझे बोलते हो क्या? मुझे पता नहीं क्या? Right?
Yes,
I know what I should do. You don't tell me, you don't dictate me. That is more of this kind. You do not tell me how I should perform, just tell me what you want. So here what do we say? Don't bother about the syntax, etc. All that we'll say cover later. We just take that's called stream. Just for a sake, we look at it. There is a class called stream. In JavaUtil stream package, it was introduced in Java 8 functional programming. Stream is a class. A stream is an interface, sorry, not a class. Stream is an interface, right? So here, everywhere in arrays also utility class, what you have seen like toString, dot stream. So it will convert an array of values into a stream. Stream is nothing but the passage, a flow of data, right? More like a pipe, you can look at it. When you open a pipe tap, what happens through the pipe? What flows?
Water continuously.
If it is electricity, current,
No.
the electricity flows, correct?
Yeah.
While the elements are flowing in a streamline pipeline, what operation you want to perform? So you just say, okay, this is a stream of elements. For each, every element, when you get it, you print it. That's all you say. You don't take charge of declaring a variable, defining the initial value, defining the condition up to which maximum it has to traverse or iterate, and then you do all that. Rather, boss, there is a stream of data. Every element, when you look at it, for each, you print it. Likewise, here as well, if there is a stream of data, when it comes, this is like reduce is what you call map and reduce are two different fundamental elements. In every language it is present. Use it in JavaScript, you see in Java, every other language, in Scala, all of them, they have map is to transform each element to different. Whenever you traverse an element, you perform this operation. We'll see all that later, probably tomorrow or next class. Reduce is you get, wait a minute, I think I had a different diagram. Let me open that.
Single value is
Should I save this? Yes, just give me a minute. You are clear so far or any totally you are lost?
clear.
So you're
Yeah, I'm
clear.
good from this idea.
Yeah.
This is what all my slides that I prepare. Okay, this is something I'll share it with you. Java 8, this is a functional programming. This is what you're looking at, it streams, right?
Yes, yes.
This is the complete version history of Java, guys. 1 to 19. What are the important features, elements? So this, I think I took a long time to prepare that. Okay. So Java 8 is what most that so many versions now. Java 21 is out. It's Java 19th September 2022. Now almost 1 year.
Main method syntax simplified. Yeah.
Right. So every 6 months Oracle is releasing that from here. So this is what you're looking at it now, right? So let me walk you through on where is that? Map, flat map. Okay, here you see. This is a flat map. Where is okay streams? Do you see that? Okay, okay, here it is. Look at this. This is for all we needed for reduce. It's a cumulative addition. Reduce function is used for a cumulative addition. So what do? There is a list of element when it comes. There's a stream of data. Do you, all of you are with me still?
Yes.
Yes, Raghav.
Assuming that the number keeps flowing. What is that? 1, 3, 5, 6, and there are number coming in, correct? So this is a sum. We are passing it. First element, what do we get? Okay, let's take an example. Assuming that, first person, everybody, just assume there is a class, there are 4 students seated. And the instructor comes and asks them to think of a number. Then finally, we need to find the sum of all the numbers thought by each individual, whoever had thought, right? How do you perform that operation?
We will start with first person.
There is
and
a
second
person given to each person. First person will initially, when the first person is given, what is the initial value of the sheet? All of
0.
you, please pay attention. What is the initial value of the sheet?
0. Blank.
Nothing. Blank. Then the first person will write what?
1.
First value.
When it comes to second person, already there is 1. Then he will write his own number.
Plus 3. Yeah.
1 plus 3. Up to which, what is the sum?
4.
Then it goes to pass down to what?
Third person. Yeah.
In that time, what will happen? What is his initial value?
Previous sum 4 plus.
Yes. 1 plus 3 becomes 4.
Yeah.
Then he adds his sum 5. Yes.
Yes.
Then he passes on to the last person. At that time, what he will have the initial value as?
9.
4 plus 5, 9. His number is 6.
6.
And everything is done. There's a guess game, right? Addition. What would be the final value we have? We have sum of all the guesses.
15. Yeah.
Is it clear? All of us? It's a very simple example.
Yes.
All of us are clear?
Yes. Yes. Raghav.
So the sum value, what do we take? Previous sum plus the current value. So step 1, what is the previous sum? 0. We had nothing. So for the sake of our example, because it is a mathematical calculation, what we should be taking the initial value when we don't have anything?
0.
It is an addition. If it is a multiplication,
1.
goes without saying. So 0 plus 1, step 1. Step 2, the 0 plus 1 will become the previous sum, correct?
Yes.
1 plus 3, that's what we counted. So this is equal to 1 plus 3 we are adding, correct? Step 2, this 1 plus 3 will become a previous value is equal to 4 plus 5 our own value. The same thing I am repeating here, correct? Step 4, the 4 plus 5 will become a previous value. 9 plus 6 is our value, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now look at it. This is what exactly we do it as a stream. Stream is nothing but that pipeline. As I told you, there is a value keeps coming in. As long as there is an element, what do we say? Boss, you please take the value, right? Sum of 0 first time when it comes. I pass you the initial value 0. Then what happens? First value when you take it, you do what? Sum it. Then next time what happens? This will become the previous value. Accumulated sum of the previous iteration will become what? 1. Then what is the next element you encounter in the stream?
3.
Add that with the previous 1 plus 3. This becomes 4. This 4 is nothing but what? Accumulated value of the previous iteration. Then what is the actual element we get it from a stream right now?
5.
4 plus 5, 9. 9 becomes accumulated value of the previous iteration. Then what is the last element?
6.
Do you have any other elements in the stream now?
No.
So sum of 0 is this. First step, what do we do? 6, 5, 3. That means what? The 1 is taken out, correct? From the stream, we removed 1, stripped off the 1, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2 gets reduced by 1 element at a time when you go top to bottom, right? In this fashion. Then second iteration, what happens? Now the sum will become what? This space, sum will become what?
1.
Previous.
Then 653.
One.
Exactly. Then second element, when we are taking out 3, 1 plus 3 becomes 4. Correct?
4,
We are taking out 5 from the stream. This becomes 4 plus 5, 9. This is the last element. 9 plus 6, 15. Then the stream becomes what?
Empty.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is called functional programming reduction. So this is called reduction operation. What do? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N minus 4, n minus 3, n minus 2, n minus 1, n elements are present. So we take, again, please pay attention. Reduces a function. What do we call? 0 as the initial value. Then x plus y, 2 values we pass. What is that? We want to perform a reduction operation where any 2 elements you come across, what should you do? You perform
Add
what
it.
operation?
Addition.
Mathematical
Addition.
addition. That's a sum we pass. We want you to pass. So reduce is the function name. 0 is the initial sum. X and y are the running stream of. You need to specify 2. Mathematical operation plus is what kind of operator? Plus is the operator has got a name. What is that operator? Plus called?
Arithmetic operator.
That's right. There is one more word.
Concatenate.
No. Number of operands that it takes. Unary and
Binary.
Binary operator.
binary means what it needs?
It will take
Takes 2
operands.
operands.
That is why we specify 2 operands. 2 operands, right? For a binary operator to perform. Yes or no?
Yes.
So this is what is a fundamental mathematical concept as well, reduction. So we bring it here. With that, we are able to accomplish the sum of elements in a list in one single line. Do you agree with me that or not? Forget about the fact. I don't need to put it into a variable and then print it. I can club these two into one statement. System out println total is equal to, I put all of them into that after plus. Yes or no?
Yes.
How does this look like, guys? What do you think by looking at this?
Simplified.
It is more easier than writing all the lines of the code in the
It is easy.
previous.
Why do you think it is easy?
More readable format also. It looks like more readability.
No, keep on that readability. Easy itself, all of you. 11 people or only 2 people are speaking. Others, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Writing the code. It's easy.
Number of lines we
Number
can
of lines reduced.
minimize the code was
Code is
Lines.
elegant, simple and short.
Right.
Number of
Yeah.
lines is reduced. Very good. Then most important element, I'm expecting somebody to respond. Somebody to share that answer.
Here we are not
Yesterday also,
initializing.
yesterday also
We are not
Satish
declaring.
said, when more power comes, more.
Performance will improve.
Wait, yeah, Manikanta, always you confuse something in the middle. When I ask for ABCD, you talk about X, Y, Z, Manikanta.
First time I was talking, yes, right.
No problem. Thanks. That's okay. Your answer is right, but not at the right moment.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah. With more power comes more responsibility. Yesterday we discussed. Satish was talking about. Correct. What
Yes,
is
sir.
that one benefit or advantage you have it in this line than this 4 lines, 5 lines? I think Uday was talking.
Yeah, like declaring the variables, memory management.
Okay, that is also fine, but still you are not.
No need to
we
declare the
can
variable.
perform wide range of operations apart from reduce, no?
That's a
Not to
that is
declare
okay.
and initialize the variables.
No need of the
Where?
size.
Uday, yeah, Yatish, yes, please.
No need of maintaining size, increment, all these things.
What is the challenge of maintaining the size? That's my actual hint. What did we
There
saw
may
in
be
error, guys?
Index out of bound.
Yes, less than equal to. Is there a possibility to get confused?
Yes.
Human beings tend to make mistakes.
Yes.
Why you are
Getting
getting
the
a
proper
confused?
value for the size of the length.
Right? Why do you think you get confused? Because you are given more
Zero as
responsibility at your hands, you get
Yes.
confused. So you take this out, you abstract out all these things, correct? You just tell me what you want me to perform, how I will take care of it. The compiler runtime environment says that. So you are totally out of all that challenges, right? You don't need to meddle with the boundary size less than equal to, yes or no? 0, 1 initial values, guys.
Yes, yes.
So this
So
is the
moreover, if we have the control, then have the chance to give the mistake.
correct. Now you don't have a control, you don't do mistakes.
Yeah.
Simply your control is taken off. But this is one bucket of benefits. Most important, Lakshmi, who was saying, how is the readability? Are you able to make sense by just looking at this for each print, every element? In a stream, just do a reduction operation. Reducing means you should understand reduction means summing up. It's just more like a business operation, not too technical as well. Yes or no?
Yes.
You don't talk about binary, operator, operand, condition, less than, equal to, greater than, all that you don't talk about. You just say what you want. It's only saying about what, not. Here, what do we say? Here, what do we say? Focus more on, apart from we want. Yes, sir? Here, what do we do?
No
Focus
focus
only
on
on
how, it's only on what.
and not anything about
How?
this is what exactly functional programming is. All right.
Yes.
This is a teaser. Just wanted to give you a demo, taste, or a glimpse of how functional programming will look like. All right, guys. Any questions? So far, any other topics? What I think, I don't know, probably it gets extended. Maybe because I don't have the complete programs handy. 3 concepts we covered: arrays, collection, that to just list, and possible scenarios of dealing with an exceptions. We have not seen map and all. Probably we can do later.
Yeah.
And just a functional programming, basic element of how do we deal with a stream of elements and reduction operation. Okay.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
So that said, we'll thanks everyone for joining. I hope you're all not just enjoying, which pretty much I'm clear that, for 2 things. One, you are consistently joining and you're also equally participating. That itself confirms me. But I hope you are taking time out to read out and practice things on your own as well.
Yes, yes.
Please do
Yeah.
that. That's what will make you better.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a good evening. We'll catch up tomorrow. Right? If possible,
Yeah.
I join. Else I will sleep.
Thank you. Ram.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night.
Yeah,
Good night,
thank-
everyone. and Good night, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ram.